Good evening. How are you guys? Hopefully you had a wonderful holiday. Give people a little bit of time to come into the room. I know it's fresh after a holiday, so a lot of people may be preoccupied. I get it. Have a glass. Make sure you like, share, comment, get people in the room. I think I just shared it to my story. Get at least 10 of us in the room here. What y'all think? Make sure everything is coming through right. Audio. Yes. All right. I really appreciate you for tapping in and tuning in. This holiday weekend, I guess it's going to be a long one. Make sure we have all my people participating. Yes. Make sure I get this link here copied. Here we go. So I can share this out to some people. There we go. Sometimes people be forgetting that we got this going on here. Yes. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in. We're going to get this show on the road no matter what. We're getting this moving. Everyone that's in the room, blessings. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and continue to do a few little shares here so that we can have plenty of people in this room for this moment in this hour to see what we're talking about. Right? How was y'all's Christmas holiday? Everybody have a good holiday? Yes. Well, anytime we know that we have a Christmas holiday, we know that we're wrapping up the thing that we have put in place called the calendar. And with that calendar, we have things that take place, right? With the calendar. And within business, we begin to close out the year, right? Everybody gets ready to start a new tax year. Y'all with me? And this thing just repeats all over again. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The repeating of the year, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. Nothing changes. Nothing will change. Y'all with me? So things have to change if we want things to change in our lives, because things are changing regardless if we want to believe it or not. Things are moving and things are changing. And with this upcoming year, we have a whole new presidency that is going to take place. And with that comes a lot of shifts, no matter who or what party it is that is involved with this shift. We have a shift that is taking place. All right, we have almost 10 people in the room, which I appreciate. Everybody that's here and working towards this upcoming new year. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's look at the calendar. Um, it's going to be New Year's. It's going to be the second next Thursday. So this is the last year or the wrap up of 2024. And by the time you see me next time, it will be 2025. So we're going to wrap this thing up beautifully, right? We're going to wrap it up and we're going to move into this next year, I believe, a little different. You hear it all the time, what people say about, you know, all the years, this, New Year's resolutions, but I plan on doing something a little different. Thank you, everyone, for coming in the room. We're going to give a quick little greeting, Miss Marie. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community and helping with things. Miss Holly, thank you also. You beautiful soul. Mr. Shaw, hey, all the way down in Arkansas, Whitehall/Pine Bluff. Yes, sir. Thank you for attending. You're going to really enjoy this evening. I promise you. All expanded conscious family, go ahead and give a warm greeting and to Mr. Shaw there. He is a follower of mine that was also following Bishop Pearson. Miss Gwen, yes, it's good to see you. Super Doc, I like that. I like that logo. That looks good. That's awesome. Brother John Thomas, as he pushed through his little sniffles, we're going to push through. And of course, the lovely Deidre Smith, who is coming on board to be a part and help us with this expanded conscious family stuff. I truly appreciate it. Appreciate you for all that you do. We will be talking again very, very soon. And I'm excited. And to Miss Jacqueline Lyons, blessings, blessings, blessings. Well, I know more people are logging in. I have reached my 10 people that I would like to have in this space from throughout the world. I got a treat for you. 2022, December of 2022, I recorded with a friend of mine 3 hours roughly of Carlton Pearson. And I've been reviewing it. But there's something that I didn't realize I had put together, and we were looking at possibly using this for the show. So, I just went in and I'm working on editing some footage and possibly using this footage for a documentary or something. But it's exclusive. You're going to get to see this tonight. And it is just basically Bishop and we were recording, and it was a possible intro, but I added it and done some little special things to it just because I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was beautiful. Huh. Okay. I just learned some new stuff about the software. But anyways, check this out.
Take clips to use it as an intro so before the show starts. This show or our show? Okay. The word conscience is conscience. Science means knowledge. With knowledge. Knowledge transcends faith. Conscienza in Latin. With, con means with, knowledge. I want you to seek knowledge beyond what you believe. And I want you to allow knowledge to manifest in and minister to you. The only way you can know is to remember, because we come here knowing. Between the womb and the tomb, we forget what we know and start believing what we were told. So reconnect with yourself, reclaim, remember your dismembered self and soul, the part of you that has been fragmented. Pull it all together in you, for you, to you, through you, and as you. And you'll experience the best part of being that's possible. And I want to help you do it.
How many of you guys feeling that? I'm feeling it. The reason why you're here this evening is to expand who you are, to explore and wonder as you wonder what is out there. From what's holding us back, what's keeping us from moving forward, or what intrigues us. I want you guys to relax as we wind down this year of 2024. I want you to get excited. This evening, we're going to explore some things. And with everything that's within me, I keep pushing forward. Sometimes you can have days and you can look at what the media says and what the press says, and it just can get really, it's not the press, but what people, and you look at the comments and how people are, and it can be pretty annoying. But it's people like you guys that I think really help with focusing and making sure that all of us can understand and get a expanded understanding who we are, why we are. questioning what we believe, why we believe it, and how do those beliefs add to or subtract to the quality of our life. Deep breath in your nose and release. Push and relaxation throughout this space. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your life. And the universe that works within us also appreciates you. Blessings. This evening, I reflect on this year. I reflect on last year. And I reflect on why I'm here. I want to thank you for joining me as we explore what I believe is one of the most transformative moments in history. Please listen to me. We are living through a time of profound convergence, a time when science, spirituality, and religion are no longer really wanting to be competing forces, but really instead we are understanding the merger that will offer us some new insights into who we are and what we are truly capable of becoming. And I'm here to let you know that you have no choice, in that we collectively are moving through a space and time that will not change its trajectory, although people want to buck the system politically, um, throughout humanity. If you look at the wars and things that we are fighting as humans, it is power, it is control, it is fear, guilt, and shame. All these things that we have used in the past to make people believe. And we are beginning to understand and realize that our reality can be shifted and changed. This isn't about intellectual understanding, it's about awakening to a deeper reality as you deconstruct your reality. To deconstruct your faith is a process that questions what you believed because what you have been told and what has been said, and people wanting to convince you through dogma and conspiracy, which is elements of truth that people want to add to the story. It is a great grand conspiracy, the King James version of how we have interpreted these sacred texts. Possibly more on that later. But we're here to expand our consciousness and allow ourselves to move beyond fear, shame, guilt, division, and domination, and into a collective consciousness of love, unity, and co-creation. When someone says you are God, people can get it confused with someone saying that they're beginning to talk about the God, the infinite intelligence, the essence and spirit that lies with integration of the universe and beyond. Something we are a part of, tapped into, that wants to reveal itself to us. It must reveal itself to us in order for us to sustain or us to be an extinct species. Species go extinct due to environment, due to things that happens on the planet. And human beings take life for granted in many ways. And this was proven during COVID. People don't want to know that COVID was real. It is much easier. It is much more comfortable to have the idea that COVID was done on purpose than it is to say that we lost. We lost at this thing within humanity. When something can get out of control and it affects the entire world. Let us just begin by understanding that where we come from and how history has shaped this moment. For centuries, humanity has been shaped by systems of power and control. One that we are very familiar of here within this country is Christianity. It is one of the largest religions in the world. It is a great example of what people will do, can do through getting or convincing one to believe something that is greater than or supposed to be greater than that individual self. What I believe began as a spiritual liberation, something that 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 people begin to hear and learn about this fella that we've translated to be Jesus. But this came over time, a tool that they realized that can be used for political and social domination. This is all the historical context. And if we look back at the 4th century with Emperor Constantine, who aligned Christianity with the Roman Empire, turning it into the religious state or the state religion. From that moment on, Christianity and its mission expanded far beyond a belief system because it knew and it still knows, as it's being used in this country, as a form of control. And it doesn't just control based on parameters of the belief and convincing people to go along with the story. This is a hundreds of years, centuries of human beings living, breathing, believing over and over and over again, almost to the point where this is ingrained in to the DNA of who we are, that you will automatically believe. But it has expanded beyond faith. It has become a mechanism for empire building, colonization, and an economic domination. It is said that Google, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon combined do not equal the power or the money that religion has. The Vatican itself is listed as unknown when it comes to its economic power. And I'm here to tell you, regardless of how one feels, when you add that much money to anything, it is what it is. But this forced conversions that have taken place, the crusades, the subjugation of the indigenous people, those are just examples of how this legacy have lived out. And we don't even understand. We just think that this is just part of who we are. And really, it is us this playing out a version of what we believe we are. I'm not trying to take away from anything that we have built. I mean, literally, instruments have been created. The Hammond B3 is a item that, an instrument that has been used in its glory to put people in a space, a trance, the feelings of transcendence when they begin to play these various chords that causes your heart and your mind and your body to feel the emotion. This is deep, folks. But this same system has been heavily built on guilt, shame, and fear, which, if we look at the levels of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins, guilt, fear, shame, those are lower levels of consciousness. As long as you are in this frequency, you are easily played. Love, joy, peace. How do I vibrate these frequencies? How do I expand to understand? Guilt, shame, fear, they don't just control our actions, but they also can control our thoughts and our beliefs. These things and these tools have infiltrated the human elements of consciousness so deeply that it's become almost like it's inside our DNA, as I said earlier. Not only just affecting people that are from the Christian faith, but also anyone living underneath or around or within this influence. And I'm here to tell you, folks, it's about to get real. Tempranillo, Roja, Argentina. As Desmond Tutu said, when the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, let us pray. We closed our eyes, and when we opened them, we had the Bible and they had our land. While this is a painful part of history, I'm going to tell you that this also sets the stage in this moment in time for transformation. Humanity does not stay stagnant. We evolved. And as you stick with me, I'm going to lead you into conscious evolution and the expansion of consciousness. Because today's science is catching up with the mystics. Because the mystics have talked about this for millennia. And as you study, you begin to understand and things will begin to make sense if you are open and if you are free to be a part of this space that is beyond a new age. You have to deconstruct your reality to realize, understand, and move into your divine, authentic self. We're understanding that the universe is fundamentally interconnected. The whole universe, all that's within is interconnected as we look at things that we call like the quantum field, the quantum realm. It's all interconnected. And so we are too also. Quantum physics tells us that we are not separate from the world around us. If you understand or we look into things like the observer effect, it shows that consciousness itself influences reality. I was speaking with a dear friend earlier today who may be on this live. And this friend is going through an experience of relationship. And as you go through this experience and separation or divorce, your brain and your mind and your consciousness can begin to tell you all sorts of different things. And as it tells you these things, you can begin to believe what it has to say. Although those things may not be true, if you stay in that realm, that frame of reference, if you stay in that aura, if you stay in that space, although it may not be true, what you may hear about what your subconscious mind is telling you, you can end up going deeper into a darker space and not being allowed to heal because what you want wants you. So if you keep wanting and you keep desiring these negative spaces and you don't know how to pinpoint and call it out or have the people in your life that will work with you, you're going to get what you are believing, even though it may not be true. Neuroscience reveals that practices like meditation and mindfulness literally rewire the brain. Huh? You're thinking, you're setting, you're relaxing, and the synapses will rewire and it will create new neural pathways. You can change your life if you pay attention. That's what this is all about. And that's what Bishop and I were working on. But it will literally rewire brain. And this can enhance your capacity where you can have more compassion. Your intuition can actually grow and you can begin to have more joy. Isn't that the goal? To have more joy? Wouldn't you say that's the goal? These findings and the things that I have researched are actually validated through a lot of the ancient texts, through a lot of the ancient teachings. The great mystic Sunni from the Islamic faith, Remy, says you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. And can you believe it that now science supports this? It's not a game, folks. You don't need to deconstruct and get away from what you have been told merely just because of the fact that it's not true dogma of the church and religion. You don't want to just pull away from that because of the fact that it has had mental control, it has had dogma and things that cause you to possibly have PTSD. Those are things that we should definitely check. But I'm here to tell you that with this shift of understanding and as you deconstruct, you can enter into a whole new realm of understanding and the outpouring of consciousness, giving you the ability to do things as what Christ has said. Expanded consciousness is the realization that you are not just a body, your mind, or your identity. You are a part of something infinite. You're a part of something beyond what we have ever truly Understood. This understanding frees us from the matrix of control. Guilt, shame, fear, they dominate. And it aligns us with love, unity, and creation, or as I say, co creation. But as this shift unfolds, what you may feel and what everyone will feel, and as we move into 2025, I'm here to let you know there is going to be a great resistance. I'm trying to equip and let you know that the resistance is here and it's been here. But the greater of this resistance has more to do with fear, guilt, and shame. More people coming online and badgering and bashing, right? And even more things that you would feel in resistance of the awakening, which is different than the wokeness, which is progressive thinking about things that may matter, but there's something bigger. There's something bigger. There's something more. The fear is ingrained in the system, and it has been here for so long that it was going to require us to have an understanding. It's going to require us to move into a whole new realm of possibility. And in order for you to move into that realm of possibility, sometimes it may require that you pay attention to your body. Last week, I talked about wellness. We talked about how we can shift more than just our religious belief, but we talked about our bodies. And in order for us to shift our bodies, lose weight, thinking about metabolic and what I call is functional medicine, I'm expanding and I'm beginning to understand things beyond what my capacity has said, based on the fact that as you deconstruct and you get over fear, guilt, and shame, you can open up Pandora's box to know and understand that the infinite intelligence can bring you into an understanding beyond what you have ever imagined. It's like magic. We need to understand that we can transfer this role of fear and chaos that we have experienced and that we're about to experience, because you best believe you're going to feel and hear more chaos, but we want to prepare this and ourselves for transformation. Because as humanity moves and it goes the way it's going and going to go, you need to be moving and understanding this new paradigm as the fear intensifies. Because the system of domination that relies on guilt, fear, and shame, or guilt, shame, and fear, it's going to cling to survival. And it's going to show more of chaos, right? Chaos is, let's look at this real quick. Chaos theory is an interdisciplinary area of scientific study and branch of mathematics. This is different than a definition, but it focuses on underlying pattern. Let me get a different definition. I want a different definition. Here we go. of chaos, a state of utter confusion, a confused mass or mixture, a state of things in which chance is supreme, especially the confusion, unorganized state, primordial matter before the creation of the distinct forms. So it is a state of utter confusion, right? Utter confusion means that one of the things that we can understand in chaos happens when we're not prepared. Chaos happens when you don't know which direction or where to go. Religion can easily push you in a chaotic state because it has such a good, bad, pretty ugly duality, right? Right, wrong, the devil, hell, all of these things that really can bring chaos. Chaos is often the result of people being and finding themselves overwhelmed. So if you're feeling like chaos, there's possibly that you are overwhelmed with something. But I'm here to tell you that chaos is not necessarily the end, but chaos is the precursor to transformation. That's a bar. Write it down. Just as a caterpillar must dissolve into the chaos before becoming a butterfly, metamorphosis, humanity must move through the turbulent phase to awaken, to expand its an understanding of expanded consciousness. One of the things that I'll know is that, and we know, is that fear thrives on separation, on the idea that we are disconnected from each other and separating us from anything to do with the divine. And as we understand it, we have to have certain elements of a building, and we have to have a person that's inside the building that's running the organization, and then we have to have our sacred practices. If any of that gets disconnected, right, it feels that we are getting disconnected from the divine self. But as we expand our consciousness, it reveals the opposite. It reveals that we ultimately are one, that the love is the ultimate truth, and that the power to create resides within us all. Our dear friend Dorothy, Miss Dolores, she's friends with Marianne Williamson. And I found a quote from, as I researched, looked for quotes, and it said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." You are powerful beyond measure. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are so powerful. It is time for us to realize, to understand that as you look at deconstructing your faith and your reality, understand that you are only doing that to awaken your superpower, to awaken the God within, to awaken and manifest things beyond your imagination. The invitation to awaken is here. Awakening is not about rejecting religion or embracing any single path. Awakening is not about rejecting religion. Deconstructing is not about rejecting religion. I need you to know that religion is a subject. Religion is a space that we have experienced in this life and formulated theories and formulated ideas and ideologies and literally formulated schools and we have gone deep, 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 deep. That it's not that we need to trash it all because it's just a part of who we are. It's the dogma. It's the misunderstanding. It's the separation. It's not about rejecting it or even embracing the path like spirituality. I'm talking about transcending guilt, shame, fear, and stepping into the infinite potential of love and unity, the oneness, the quantum, the interconnectedness of who we are. As these words resonate with you, as you allow it to permeate your cellular structure, as I allow the download to come to me, it's like magic. Expanded consciousness. It asks us to see beyond the divisions and the things that have defined us. The Christian values versus the non-Christian values. I went to multiple Christian schools, and they always would present the Christian values, or they would add these pieces to it. And I believe that that's just something that they made up to a degree versus just saying what is the right thing to do versus what's the Christian thing to do. Because you don't have to be Christian to do the right thing, because the Christian can do the wrong thing. Proven time and time again. It's not science versus spirituality. Woke versus traditional values. That's not it, folks. These labels are just like these walls. And awakening is about tearing these walls down. Those are constructs. It's not easy. I know this is not easy. It's about like this mic that keeps on dropping. I keep on tightening it because I want to make sure you hear me. We'll sip to that. You twirl it to allow more oxygen. The old skin, the new wine skin, that old story. The miracle that Jesus had performed doesn't have to do with the fact that he turned water into wine. The scripture goes on to say he saved the best for last, and you usually have the best first. What makes the wine the best? What makes it a miracle? It makes it a miracle because if you actually have wine and in that day they would age it. You had to age it. You had to ferment it. And as you ferment it, it develops what we call is tannins. which is the acidity. And what happens is if a wine is high in acidity, right, the tannins make you pucker, but the acidity is like alcohol, like you drink a rubbing alcohol. What made it a miracle is because how in the world did they have a 20-year aged wine, because you had to age it in order for it to actually be smooth on the palate? You twirl it to open it up, to allow more oxygen. I know this is not easy, but let's look at awakening, because it requires some courage. It requires you to be vulnerable. It requires the willingness for us to let go of old belief systems that don't serve us. But it also is very liberating. It's very liberating, and it's going to happen whether we want it to or not. Whether we want it to or not, it just won't happen in our age, our era. When we awaken, we align with the universe of truth and oneness. Teilhard de Chardin said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience." You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. There's too many people in the world that are human beings having a spiritual experience. There's too many people, and we have been pushed to believe that we are human beings having a spiritual experience versus that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. As I close with you this evening, I invite you to reflect in this moment in time on 2024 of your life. Understand that for some of you, you've stuck with me for the year. I was still on Bishop's show up until February 20th. I think it was February 20th. But you've been here even then, as I worked with Bishop on expanded consciousness. Science and spirituality and religion are converging. And it's offering us a new way to realize and understand those are things and subjects that have brought us to this point. But the real enemy to you and your life is fear, guilt, and shame. But these things are crumbling. Although you may witness and see chaos, you have to remind yourself that you want to take care of yourself. You want to look at the foods and things that you eat. You want to experience life from a holistic standpoint, spiritually and physically. Physically meaning, what are you drinking? Like this stuff. You don't want to do a lot of that. Balance. Balance your sugars. Don't take in a lot of sugar. We don't work on these things in 2025. Look at how you can get your body to not need to burn so much glucose. It's a whole nother conversation. But also think about yourself spiritually, intuition, This is why it's good to have a meditation practice. Understand, as we witness and see the chaos is not the end. Some people will witness it and see it and feel it. But it's that moment in time that you go into your meditations and you look to pull out the divineness and the oneness of that's within us all. You look as though you are the ocean. You look at it as though you are an element of God. This is the beginning. But the question is, will you awaken? Will you expand your consciousness? Will you move beyond the matrix of control? Move into love, unity, and creation? We're making the choice. We're making the choice. The time is now that you step into expanded consciousness and become a part of the great shift. Become a part of conscious evolution. You can move into a conscious evolution, realizing that we are evolving, and I'm conscious that we are evolving. With many of you on here, I want to show you once again what I showed at the beginning, and that is Bishop Carlton Pearson talking about, as we were filming in 2022 December, and we were talking about what is it that expanded consciousness is and what do we want to do. I'm going to play that clip again.
Big clips to use it as an intro so before the show starts. This show or our show? Okay. The word conscience is conscience. Science means knowledge. With knowledge. Knowledge transcends faith. Conscienza in Latin. With, con means with, knowledge. I want you to seek knowledge beyond what you believe. And I want you to allow knowledge to manifest in and minister to you. The only way you can know is to remember, because we come here knowing. Between the womb and the tomb, we forget what we know and start believing what we're told. So reconnect with yourself, reclaim, remember your dismembered self and soul, the part of you that has been fragmented. Pull it all together in you, for you, to you, through you, and as you. And you'll experience the best part of being that's possible. And I want to help you do it.
The best part of you, the best part of you, surrender. Surrender everything. Yes. Transcend this moment in time as we let this year go here in the next few days. But I want you to know, and I want you to prepare, not for just the chaos, but every time you witness and you feel or you see chaos, I want you to know that you can shift this chaos. Know that you are shifting this chaos. shift the chaos. If you're with me, just close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. And just listen to my voice. Nothing but my voice. Begin to slow your breath and breathe deeply, connecting to your whole body. Whatever space and room that you are in, reference and feel your body as you're sitting or lying. And the four walls around you. Realizing that it's you in this space. Now I want you to begin to feel what joy feels like. What are you thankful for? What are you excited about? I want you to give gratitude to this experience and this expression. We're here together. Let this gratitude that you are feeling maybe come out in tears. But ultimately, the love that is absolute, without the conditions, I want you to now explore into the future. And I want you to feel the blessings that are going to pour and that they are pouring into your life now. The abundance of life is here for you today. And you must begin to shift your feelings. You must begin to shift who you are. You must begin to shift everything that's a part of you that aligns with joy, that aligns with peace, that aligns with love in this moment. And for every piece and every bit of chaos that you may feel, understand this. Understand that you are going to make the choice that you are one with all. Understand that you too are a God that can create things. Let this spirit and let this feeling flow through your life. And you become the light. You become the light. Oneness. Oneness. Oneness with love. Deep breaths in your nose. Hold it. Hold it. There's a greater force and power within you. Feel the power. Feel the force. It's within you. And release when you need to. With your hand over your heart, I want you to tell yourself thank you. Tell your body thank you. And say yes. I'm moving into 2025 with a whole new shift like never before. Shifting my mind, shifting my body, and shifting my spirit. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You begin to move and shake things off and understand that you are divine. You are divine. Thank you. Is there anyone in the room? If you have anything to say, I'm going to open this up. I know you may not, some may not feel presentable. But if there's anyone that would like to say anything, I'm going to let you in the room. There's a link that I just posted on YouTube. Here's one on Facebook. And I'm looking, if anyone would like to say anything, you can click that link and it's going to let you in this room. Let's see I'm gonna look at the comments while we're at it. Thank you so much. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm looking. What a beautiful time. I appreciate you guys. So appreciate you guys. Wait, Miss Deidre said, Brother Christian A. Smith, I appreciate you. I love you. Definitely want to have him back on the show next year. Brother Shaw, it's good to have you. Miss Tia, I love you. I thank you for showing up and coming in. Hopefully you had a wonderful night. Miss Steele, we thank you so much. Brother John Thomas, thank you so much. Mother White, we appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Miss Cynthia, thank you so much for coming through. Gonna warm this up with a little bit of our music here. Miss Marie has a statement. Some will use and twist what is here for our good. Tap into your truth wrapped up in lovely things for total healing, mind, body, and soul. Come on. Your answers are in the consciousness of your heart, says Brother John Thomas. The kingdom is within, not outside of ourselves. Open up the box of the heart, right? You guys can read the rest of that. We love you guys. Oh, yes. Hey, Miss Towns, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I hope that this blessed your soul. Consciousness is a greater awareness of who we really are. I learned so much about expanded consciousness each time I watch. Blessings, blessings. I appreciate you. Yes, yes. We have Miss Velma says there is no place where God is not there. Hello, Green 9. Thank you for coming through. Yes, yes, Miss Gwen. Yes, thank you so much. Miss Denise. And we got a message here from Miss Steele. This is truly a apocalyptic age and all around unveiling, revealing centuries of empire's deception, revealing the power stolen hidden from us, etc. What a time to be alive. Yes, yes. How many of y'all agree with that message? You know, before I let y'all go, I'm working on this and I got some people working with me on it. But y'all need to know that I have and started a private community. It's on Patreon. At minimum, at least go in there and just get in there on a free account. I'm changing some structures in here, but this allows for me for next year to really get deep and to really work with individual people on some things. And plus, it gets you involved with the community. And if that's just basically expanded conscious community, right? And it's on Patreon. I'm looking for partners and looking for people to kind of work with and to be a part. I don't fully know what I'm doing on everything. I am not that person that wants to act like I do. I'm here, folks. And if you're not a part of that community, I am going to go ahead and show this is the Cash App. If you were blessed and you really liked it, I appreciate it. That is the Cash App. And if you're part of the community, you don't have to worry about that. But even though some people out there really go above and beyond, and you just can't imagine how much I appreciate it. And plus, it really pushes you to really, the people are getting something out of it, right? You put this time into this type of stuff, but you don't know if people are getting anything out of it, right? Got some interviews that I'm lining up. We're going to have people like Dr. Joel, who is a medical doctor. I want to get involved in helping shape your life, not just looking at us spiritually. I want to also look at the physical and mental. If you own a business or if you have a job and you're looking to change your career, all these things matter to me. All these things matter. All of it is part of who we are. And if you are not a part of the community, please join. You're following me on social media. That's one thing. Make sure you come back. I'm dedicating every Thursday that I can. I haven't really missed. I at least will do a short video, the best I can. So you'll be guaranteed 8:30 every Thursday. I'm here, right? We're gonna have some interviews, and I got some talks. Hopefully, you guys get plenty out of the talks. I really dig deep for those. Thank you so much, sir. Love you so much. We will meet. I will be in the Pine Bluff area, most likely sometime next year. And we will get our chance to talk and get our chance to really connect and see how things move. Because I still believe and know that God is working within us and within this space. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful time. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I know that y'all have had plenty of food and had plenty of time and really loved it. If everybody is good, thank you, Miss Marie. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys so much. Next week, 8:30. I will I will be on, and I'll try to put a message in the Patreon this evening about coming together. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a good evening.